apartment would obviously open and close the gates. They will wash cars. They will sweep the compound. Listen, this is quote unquote security. Sorry, security. Yes, they'll wash the cars, and then on some other occasion, they may even go on errands for you or for them. That's what a lot of them do, let's be honest, particularly in this country. Now, for a block of 5 apartments, that means 5 tenants, they were paying in total 40,000 naira to this man who had a child and a wife. They were paying 40,000 naira. And the man said, look, oh God, this money, you might be paying this money for close to 3 years. 3 years old. That's what they've been paying him. Now, when few, last year became, nightmarish, they couldn't, increase that because they too, they are businessmen. They say they are struggling. But it got me thinking this morning, because when he left, they're going to get another person. Obviously, the other person who's coming is not going to be asking for 40,000 naira. And then another person, their next door neighbor, also made the same complaint. Or rather, the security man there made the same complaint that, look, almost all the security boys on that street, in that estate, they've all left. One in particular complained that he said his friend washes 4 cars every morning. He washes 4 cars. Whether it rained the night before, whether there was a snow, blizzard, whatever it is, he must wash the 4 cars every morning. Or gas cars, all 4 of them must be washed. He washes them every morning. He helps them start the generator. The wife sends him on errands to the market. He also comes back and doubles off as the electrician when the bulb is bad. Hey, Musa, come climb this thing. That bulb don't spoil. Go change them. He takes the ladder from the backyard, goes there and changes it. They need somebody to help lift things. Musa, come carry that bag of rice when they come. And all of this, ladies and gentlemen, this Musa was being paid 30,000 naira a month. So I asked myself this question: if you listen to me right now, right? You have somebody who's washing your car and sweeping your house, who comes on and cleans your apartment and goes, the domestic staff, whatever. If you were to contract that service to a professional, how much would it cost you for every time you use that service? Let's take a look at those of you who like to wash your cars. I know that to wash your car these days in Port Harcourt ranges from about 1,000 naira to about 2,500 naira, depending on where you take your car to. Right? And depends on the amount of detailing you want. Okay, now in and out, only outside, tire or only under. How you want wash them? If you take just one of your cars and it costs you 1,500 naira, right? Or let's say 1,000 naira to wash every single time. If you want to wash your car every day for 5 days, that's 5,000 naira. Yet, some of you feel very comfortable to pay somebody 20,000 naira as your security. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the question is, what is a fair wage for your domestic staff?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk. On 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 08179230007. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. We're quietly giving out airtime on the show. Shh, don't tell anybody. Hello, Annie. Good morning to you.
Morning, Jude.
Good morning, Annie.
Is it that you're talking about this now? I'm just laughing, I'm telling you. I myself as an example. I get a job. I don't want to mention the place.
Mm-hmm.
They started with 30,000 naira. I worked there for like 2 years to 3 years without 30,000 naira. Like even when we were in office, most of our colleagues, they were paying them 60, 78. They were paying me 30. I'm the one doing the most job. I want to work in the morning, like 8 o'clock. Sometimes I go to the house around 10, 11, from 12. But most of those, my colleagues, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they have gone to the house. I went to meet my director's secretary. I said, no, I can't control like this. If not, I will leave. I do most of the job here. I think myself is very low. I need to adjust I just higher. And they don't do even in the office there. I monitor so many things. They are now increase the money to 50,000 naira. From there, I'm still up now. So I now decided to confront the secretary guy. I said to confront my director. I now went to meet and say, look, I'm a family man now with two kids.
Oh.
I can't continue like this. My house rent is about 30,000 naira. My children's school is about close to 120,000. So how can I be receiving this kind of salary? He now increased up to that kind. He now increased to 60.
60.
Along the line again, I went to meet and say, Oga, this money is not enough for me. I will leave. Because he knew very well that if I leave, it will affect it so much. I now increase to 70.
So now you're earning 70 now.
Sometimes I do domestic work in the house. I'm a driver, actually. I do domestic work.
Okay.
I do other things in the house. Even want to go to the office. I now went to meet one that said, look, I can't control this again. I want to leave. I need a
better paying job.
If you don't want, let me go. So that is nothing I should not go that day. We'll do something.
Has it done something now?
But I don't want to mention it.
Oh, okay. All right. Muriel is on the line from Africa. Muriel, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How much should we pay our domestic staff, please? How much?
For me, I think the minimum wage.
The minimum wage?
Yes, to all private organizations, honestly. And did you know there's this adage? They say goats where community gets, they die of hunger easily. Big guys, big shots in this town and most places, they pay their security, even their domestic staff, very well. And some of these, what they call them, mini estates or houses that have many tenants, most times the landlord is not there and they employ a security. Do you know that sometimes they just bank on the fact that they give Musa food? They give Musa food at the end of every day. Musa, this I will bring. Sometimes Musa will even take some of them home.
Oh dear. So let's go on the commercial. That's terrible.
Nigeriainfo will be right back.
Guy, where una dey see all this airtime, credit and data?
get to hear as many comments and read as many comments as I possibly can. Now, before I continue, let me quickly share this piece of information with you. And this is not just from this message. I'm not surprised I'm seeing this message. Elsewhere says, Military Estate, Chosen Estate have been in blackouts since 11 a.m. yesterday. To this time of this message, which came through at about 15 or 18 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes past 9. Now, it's been like this since Monday, 12 to 24 hours of blackouts with no reason. All right, and it goes on to say, and I like this one, it says, I know you are friends, I know your friends at PhD will want to defend it with some flimsy excuse or the other. I'm only sending this for record's sake. All right, so let's quickly share with you. It's a message on the PhD X handle. All right, it's a notification, it's an update, an outage notification. It says, please kindly be informed that the ongoing tower erection by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, at AFAM has not been completed as envisaged and will continue tomorrow, which is today, February 28th. The outage affecting Port Harcourt Town, Mains, and Elelenwa transmission stations will also extend. We deeply apologize, or they, not me, for the inconvenience and appreciate your understanding. We will notify you once power is restored. This is from PHED. So if you haven't had power for about 24 hours now around Port Harcourt, it's because of the work being done at the AFAM area. All right. Now, that being said, let's get back to the conversation. What do you think is a fair wage for your domestic staff? That's my question. Now, last year, when there was a lot of talk about, minimum wage and yada, 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 people kept asking, particularly those of you who are in the private sector, whilst they applaud the government for increasing the minimum wage, the question was, are businesses in Nigeria, right, are they thriving? Are they thriving enough for them to be able to meet this minimum wage? How many people who sell, spare parts, for example, how many of you who work as, doctors, as engineers, or as accountants in any of the firms in Port Harcourt make enough money to say, okay, you want to have a security guard, you want to have a chef or a cook, or you want to have a domestic help for your children, right? And pay each of these three individuals 70 or 80,000 naira monthly. That's on an average, you are willing to spend about 240,000 or 210,000 naira as someone else's salary. That's just, you wake up in the morning, boom, salary. How many people can actually afford that? And then on the flip side of the conversation, you also have to factor in that some of these domestic staff do way more than their quote-unquote job description has been given to them. You heard from a driver who doubles up, even triples up as the security, as the laundry man, as the chef. There's some drivers who do everything. There's some people who, over the years of working with one particular orga, they've become the ambassador, they become the PA, they become the doctor, they become the assistant husband. When madam is alone, she helps carry madam to church. Oga has gone to Singapore. All and yet you want to pay this person, I don't know, whatever it is you're paying them. So what exactly is a fair amount this morning?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
We have Ken on the line from Ubumini, and we have Kurt standing by from Uniport. Ken, good morning, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Jude, let the domestic workers be paid 70,000 naira.
How many people can afford 70,000 naira a month as salary?
Then they should forget about looking for domestic workers. Do you know why? Because if they ask you to come and work as a security for them, sorry for you. You work all the things that are supposed to be done by another people. You would walk to the gate, you will weed the grass or sweep the compound. You wash, in fact, everything in that particular compound or the person's house. So if they employ somebody as with a particular or for a particular thing, probably or automatically even you will do the whole work there. I had the experience when I was at Lagos in 1992. I see myself as somebody who went there for another thing and do the whole work on that place. Though it was a strong experience and it made me to be a man. I don't know if you understand me. So it helped me. I become what I am today. Thank you very much.
All right. Kurt, good morning. How much should we pay our domestic staff?
At least minimum wage should be the normal thing to pay a driver, a gate man, a laborer.
But the gate man only opens the gate. He opens the gate, closes the gate, he sits down and maybe sweeps the compound.
My duty is to report to that duty post. Even if it did not come back for 1 month, I have reported to duty and close the right time. That is my work. Whether the gate did not come back, if I do not see anybody, how will I open the gate? So let us stop being wicked to each other. That fellow is somebody's wife. That fellow is somebody's father. It's also a mother to somebody. So as a charity, I desire good things to my children. So also that person desires good things to his own children. We should stop being wicked. If you know you cannot afford it, please do it with your family. Some women stay in the parlor there without being not housewives. Why not blow her? She will come and open gate for you and enter. She close the back. It's as simple as ABCD. Why do you go and slave another person? If she forget this certificate of 18, if you had a PhD holder, as you know you cannot become a driver, pay that school side who wants to become a driver a minimum wage. That is the right thing to do. We should stop being wicked to each other. Thank you.
All right, Kurt from Uniport. All right, interesting. Benjamin says, Jude, regardless of any other consideration or considerations, the domestic staff must at least be paid the minimum wage as prescribed by the extant laws of the country. Anything other than that is inhuman and criminal on the part of the employer of any domestic staff. In fact, it is high time we started #end slave wage in Nigeria. But Benjamin, you see, the problem there is, you see, the businessman, the small, medium scale businessman in Nigeria or business people in Nigeria, they pay Obiakpo council tax. They pay about 70 to 80,000 naira a month in some places for small businesses for fueling their generator. Then let's not forget, they will also contribute money to go and clean the drainage. Money that ought to have been used from the taxes they've made. But wait, hold on. Let's not also forget that they will still pay security at their business store. All of them, the market people, they all contribute money. But wait, it's not just dumb. And then they will have to bribe one policeman or the other when they are bringing in goods from Onitsha or Aba. But wait, it's not even dumb. Wait, it's not even dumb. Then you see, when the power goes bad, they now have to contribute money to replace the transformer. Then you want them to pay 70,000 naira? As it's problem somewhere. Nathaniel is on the line from Bonny. We have Daniel from Imogate waiting. Go on, please, Nathaniel.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yes, the fact is that before we consider paying the exact minimum wage that is proposed by the federal government, we should be able to consider certain jobs too. There are people who just employ domestic workers, maybe just one or two persons, and possibly to just help with household costs, maybe cleaning of the houses. Some of these workers, they also reside within the household. Maybe some of them feed.
Yes, they have accommodation provided for them.
They also have some other benefits too. These are some of the things to be considered. And then there are also people who maybe they just engage the services of sales boy, maybe in a small place, maybe a small shop. And then this man might be managing little by little. And you know that, and possibly that if he pays 70,000 naira out of what he earns in a month, he might not be able to carry on with the shop anymore. And then the other person too
who is looking for the job might be desperate, maybe looking for the job too. And I just believe that these two can come to a compromise by not considering the 70,000 naira as prescribed by the federal government, and then come to a conclusion of something that is reasonable to that.
That's something that is reasonable, Nathaniel. Is 30,000 naira, 25,000 naira these days. That's what's happening. Daniel from Imogate, please, how much we pay our domestic staff? Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Daniel Imogate from Swako. Yes, you see, in all this, the way economy works, we have to go round the circle and to know how it trickles down to the common man. Yes, how busy is providing this job? Let me give you as an example. There's a Chinese company within Nigeria.
Yes,
people are saying, oh, they're very busy, they don't pay anything. And I tell them, they are not forcing you to do the job. Half bread is better than none. The ordinary man you are fighting for, you say, don't take 30,000 naira job. After leaving that job, what next? Since those holding those that are governing us, living large, yes, we know they want to impoverish us. But if I, as a middle class man, can engage somebody and then pay him 30,000, 40,000, it is not by force, and that person can manage it instead of dying because of nothing at all. It is.
Hello. Oh dear. All right. Barry D is speaking to us from Elele. Barry D, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, please. We have JJ standing by. Well, thank you for calling, please.
Thank you. Yeah, this issue of domestic staff is very serious. And for me, I think there are a lot of things that callers don't mention. Because there are employers of these domestic staff that treat them as part of their household.
True. Very true.
Because of the way they consider them as important to them. So beyond the salaries they pay them, there are perquisites they enjoy that they don't mention to anybody. In fact, some of these employers go as far as incorporating the family members of their staff.
Yes.
Into their scheme,
yes,
just to help them.
Just to help them. They pay their school fees. I've heard some people who pay the school fees.
To marry, those who have not married, they propose marriage arrangement and they finance the process for them.
It's fantastic.
Because who cooks for you, for instance? It's like someone who's in your life. Your driver and your security. All these people are very important. So when we talk about how much we pay, there are things that scholars are not saying. Some of them cannot pay, actually. And these domestic staff also know that they cannot pay. But the way they take them, the value they place on them, keeps them around and they don't complain. And then when things turn around too, they also enjoy. Most of the people who are telling you their experience are those who probably, when they're not longer in the same page with their employers, they now shout and they now say all of this. But for me, if you're working in a place or if you are engaged people to work for you, if things are working well with the family or with the office, please treat them well because they do know when things are working well. And they also do know
when things are going bad. All right. That's an interesting take. Barry, thank you very much. JJ is speaking to us from Port Harcourt, and we have Zion standing by. Go on, JJ.
Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Jude, you work with Nigeriainfo, right?
Yes, please.
And let's say at the end of every work hour, when you finish your work, they take you to one of the best 5-star hotels. They massage your body.
Hey!
Oh, they use granite oil or whatever, clear your throat so that you can speak well.
We will bring this to management. This is a good suggestion.
International and everything.
Yes.
And at the end of the month, they now tell you, after every work now, will they always carry you go 5-star hotel, massage you, do everything, so want to pay you half of your salary. How will you feel?
That's a very interesting challenge. Very interesting challenge.
They treat you well, though.
Yes, the benefits. They give me benefits.
Don't take me
as a member of your family. Don't even count me when you are counting human beings. But you see that my salary, pay me. I think drivers should be paid according to the level of car they are driving. For goodness sake, you buy a car of 1.something billion, and you say you want to pay the driver that will be driving you in that car 70,000 naira. No, now. What the day when the guy go just crash the car? Just bust one tire. How much will you use to fix that tire? You see, I think we should treat people well based on. It's not about yes. If you have food, you give them. If you have clothes you are not using again, ask them if they like it. Fine, they dress like you and all those. But that doesn't stop that agreement when they take home. I have a friend was telling me they work in the IOC. They fly. Oh, they want to go to Abuja. Oh, they don't book before you reach airport. They don't. Logistics department don't book. Do everything. The guy said he has to resign from that job. It's a job that everybody wants to get. It's a dream job. But the guy resigned. You know why?
Why?
The guy said, how much goes to my family? I don't eat. I just like run football. But nothing is coming to my family.
Oh, dear.
And he said he can't take it anymore.
Oh, dear.
So whether you treat the person like gold, you treat him like whatever, make sure that thing you have agreed to pay him. He's not a member of your family. When you die, go follow share his wealth. That's why you go follow share his life. I don't get it at all. Don't treat me well. Give me my money.
Okay.
Make I use my money to plan for my family and my everybody. If I don't like that money, we negotiate too. I'm going to back out.
Okay, all right.
Somebody like slave as if you're just, I don't know.
All right, thank you very much, Jared. Zion's on the life of Jared. Zion, good morning to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jude, for this discourse. Let me place a caveat. This discourse is not to victimize anybody.
Yes.
Or make anybody feel bad. We are just extreme into the metaphysicals, that which we people around us. A lot of people with domestic staff, a lot of us are so brutish in nature. Yes. We have this instinct as a slave master. Let us punish them. And look, most of these people who treat their domestic staff poorly, some of them were also domestic staff in the 80s and early 90s. And they propose it in their act. When I go get money, I go show my people pepper. Wickedness. The National Minimum Wage Act, underline that word and study, tells you how much you pay your staff. The minimum of 10 and minimum of 5. Pay them according to the National Minimum Wage Act. Even though that act needs to be repeated. Now you have just less than 5. You can't pay the national minimum wage. It's not true.
Okay.
So what do? You divide it into 2, which is 35,000.
35,000. Okay.
Automatically, the accommodation of that person is from the. You don't add it to that 34, and it's twice daily. You feed him twice. It's also added to it. So you are feeding him twice. You are giving him accommodation. But you are so wicked and brutish to our people. Keep blaming the white people. What do we do? We pay them 15,000, 18,000 for security guard. And if anything goes wrong, you call that security man. Sometimes we shout at him, go out in the car. Why is my children? And look how we are very funny. Our rooms pile up with money and our jewelries. We will lock the room and hand over our children to this main man.
All right, let's go on the break, please.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeriainfo.